Hi everybody, I'm Melinda Gallant, and I am here doing a Cape Conversations at this wonderful cultural and arts location called Cotuit Center for the Arts in the next town over. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful place. We're going to talk to the executive director, David Keene. He's so much fun. Anyway, come along, let's have another Cape Conversations. Hi! Well, I am sitting in a very special place again, the place I love so much, the place I've been around now for quite a while, and I am sitting with the executive director of that place, David Keene at Cotuit Center for the Arts. How are you,
Hi,
David?
good morning, Melinda. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a crazy day already, but you know, that's what our lives are about these days, aren't they?
Every day is a crazy day.
Well, especially here, and you have drama involved, comedy and drama,
And
little
we have
music.
a saying that we keep the drama on the stage.
There we go.
Melinda.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think you need a sign. Do you have a sign like that?
Not yet,
But I think that could be coming. That would be a good one for sure. So tell me, here we are. I know there are some really exciting things that we're going to talk about towards the end of this little interview, but before that, you have an exciting year coming up.
We have a great season. We're coming off of an incredible season last year, but we're kicking off the year with an American classic of Mice and Men, which has the most amazing cast. And
I'm going to see it on Friday.
Are you going to?
Don't tell me the ending. No. I
well,
know
you know,
the ending.
it's one of those things where I think we've all read it, and years go by, and my own personal experience was, oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't remember.
And it's really heartwarming to me that this is the time of year where the programming is really, I consider this our gift back to the acting community. So we're able to do these classic works or original works or things where you don't really depend on hundreds of people coming every night in order to make the budget for the year.
Sure.
This is really where the actors get to say, what do you want to do? And that's how we chose this play. Steve Ross, the director.
Who's a great director and actor.
Yeah, he's a great director and a great actor and just a wonderful guy. A couple of years ago, he wanted to do A Few Good Men. And I said, January is the only time we have nothing going on. The deal is that you can't build a set. It basically has to be, all about just tell the story.
Right.
And he got a group of people together, many of whom were in our production of 12 Angry Men a few years earlier. And normally we would maybe be dark and take the time to catch our breath, maybe update some of the things inside the theater, but no, we take like 1 week off between Christmas and New Year's and hit the ground running. In this case, they have done an exceptional job, both with the lighting and set design and the costumes and every aspect of the show. And the acting, the ensemble is, I said to people on opening night that I don't believe there is a professional ensemble of actors working on any stage that are delivering anything better than what's happening in that room.
Well, I can't wait to see it for sure. And I'm bringing my grandson, who played Curly at BC High, to rave reviews from everybody. But it was a high school production. They did a great job with this.
Did they tone it down?
They toned it down a little bit. The woman who runs the theater program there, though, she's pretty much, she likes to be aggressive. I mean, it's a Catholic boys' high school. And in this particular case, they toned it down, but in the spring they're doing Jesus Christ Superstar as is. So I guess she likes to take chances. I don't know. But anyway, he played Curly, and so I'm bringing him, and he's very excited. And I said, well, I think you're going to kind of see a different kind of performance than what you've experienced with this particular play. So And he loves theater, so I can't wait to show it to him. I really
well,
can't.
that's great, and we have we had the Barnstable Newcomers Book Club came and did a talk back there. Sturgis has a group of students coming, and so it's really great to be able to have that element to it as well.
Absolutely.
And another thing that's going on in January, it actually just closed. There was a world premiere of a play called The Weight of Silence in the Black Box Theater.
And we did a little show on it, yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really, really great. But, here we are in Cotuit, doing world premiere of a really heavy play that was so well written and so well acted. It's just great. And the other thing that happens in January is we have this art exhibit that we're sitting in and around that the Arts Foundation puts together every year called Winter Art. There's a theme.
And the theme this year is?
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
So everything is based on some reference to food. And we bring in, actually they just left from Mashpee this morning, groups of school children from all over the Cape who get a tour with a docent. One of the artists is always present with the children to talk about their work. And our gallery manager, Michelle Law, then facilitates an art project that the kids do next door in our art studio. They take that home. So during the months of January, February, we have hundreds and hundreds of kids from basically kindergarten through high school who come through here and are exposed to this artwork. We also have, I believe Christine Ernst, our education director, told me there were something like 24 classes that were offered starting in January.
I was one of them.
Yeah, and all of them ran. I think except for two. And they're full. It's like you pull into a parking lot in here in January on Saturday morning, and there are 100 cars.
I know.
It's just.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, we're a happening place.
We are.
And what's funny is, I've always felt we were the best kept secret, but slowly it's leaking out. I don't know if that's a good. I mean, it's a good thing for the center, but as someone who loves it, you kind of wonder, oh my gosh, will we be able to do the capacity of the people? But down the road, I think you guys are going to take care of that.
Yeah,
so
I think so too. And back to the programming, we coming up for the rest of the year on the main stage. We have another world premiere of a play by Jim Dalglish, who is a playwright we've featured his work here before, called A Talented Woman, that Anna Botsford from Sturgis
who's a fabulous actress.
Fabulous. She's starring in that. And right on the heels of that, we've had this show called The ABCs of NYC for the past couple of years that Holly Aaron McCarthy directs and produces. All of the members weren't available this year, so Anthony Texera, who's always been in that show, is going to partner with Ari Liu, another well-known actor.
And do The Odd Couple.
And they're going to switch roles every night. So they'll go from, each of them will alternate Oscar and Felix.
Okay, so here's the fun part. They have to learn both sides of the lines.
Yeah.
I know. Can you imagine? Could you do that?
No.
No, I couldn't either. Well, that'll be fun for sure.
That'll be fun. And then we're trying something new in the summer, which is starting in the middle of June, we're going to run 2 shows in rep. So we'll basically run Wednesday through Sunday, Much Ado About Nothing, Shakespeare's comedy set in the 40s, directed by Ed O'Toole, who does our second Wednesday theater series. That will be running, and then the following week, Sweet Charity, directed by Michelle Cawley, will run. And so for 6 weeks, we'll have one production after another. So people who are here in the summer, rather than the opportunity to see one blockbuster show, they can come to see 2.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
And then October, I'm very excited about Sweeney Todd. We're going to do a version of it that is not typical. So that's all I can say right now.
Secret.
But it's not your regular Sweeney Todd.
Excellent.
And then someone I know who's sitting next to me is directing a holiday show that we're not going to say what it is yet.
No, we're not, because we've already done that once.
We've already done that once, yeah. And It's actually a challenge in community theater that I think people don't realize, that we can have rights to a show and have them actually pulled.
Absolutely.
If a professional touring company comes by, or there can be various circumstances. We were granted the rights for Mamma Mia last year, and then they changed their mind. Yeah. So you never know. You never know.
So but we're keeping our fingers crossed.
And it's going to be,
whatever it is, it'll be wonderful.
Wonderful.
It'll be wonderful. And it'll have children and kids and Christmas trees and all kinds of wonderful things. It'll be so holiday. It'll just holiday your eyes out.
And the black box is very exciting.
Yeah. Now, so what's going on in the black box? Because, you know, as a director, you want to direct there because it's a great place to do direction. It's small audience. You can do some fun things, edgy things, great fun. Hard to get a slot though, so it's almost like you need 2 black boxes.
We're basically programmed through the end of 2020.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
And it is a challenge, and it's a very exciting season this year. The next show that opens on February 7th is a play called Constellations that is directed by Jason Mellon, who is our box office manager here.
I know, we all love Jason.
Yeah. And it's a 2-person play starring Elliot Sicard and Emma Fitzpatrick, both whom have been on our stage several times. And it's another perfect piece of theater for that room. It's going to be great. And Linda Monchik, who's an actress who's done stuff here,
everywhere,
is reprising her portrayal of Rose Kennedy in a one-woman show called Rose.
Fabulous.
In the summer, we have a young woman from Brooklyn coming up, and she recreates Lucille Ball's famous Vitamina Vegemin episode. Like verbatim, it's called Brittany Loves Lucy.
Oh, wonderful.
And there's a play that features a fictional tea between Margaret Thatcher and Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, perfect.
So there are all kinds of fun stuff.
That's terrific. That's absolutely terrific. So what's going on in the art gallery? You have this exhibit currently, but you have new things that'll be coming in, right? This ends when? In March or?
It ends in February after school vacation. We generally switch the gallery 9 times a year. The shows are up on an average of 5 weeks, sometimes 6. And there's a curatorial committee that choose each season in a variety of ways.
I see.
So people may submit proposals as individual artists or groups of artists each year in January and February. So that information is on our website. And those are the only months where we actually accept pitches.
I see.
Then the committee gets together, reviews all of that. There are lists of artists that they have on their radar who are local, regional, national. We try, like with the theater and with concerts, we try to balance the gallery so that we have very contemporary, edgy exhibits, some that are a little more conservative, if you will, and we try to do 2 opportunities for local artists to enter a juried show with a theme. So the themes this year are, in March we have an open show called Serious Fun, which is going to be juried by Sally Mavers, who we have a show with. And later in, I think, August or September, Joe Diggs, who's a well-known local artist, has his own show where he's doing an homage to Joe's Twin Villa.
Oh, fabulous.
You remember? So some people
of course, we all know Joe's Twin Villa.
Well, it was his family's place.
No way. Oh, so, that's great.
And he's titling his show Proud to Be American.
Yeah.
And that's also the title of the juried exhibit.
Oh, wonderful.
And the other big exciting thing in the gallery this year is every other year we do an installation that features between 96 and 108 artists that come together to collectively recreate an iconic work of art that we call Piece by Piece. And that's exciting.
And when will that be?
July.
Excellent.
July.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you also have music here. So what's the music coming up?
So we have a lot of really exciting music. One of the highlights is a tribute to Queen coming in August that was the brainchild of the backup band for our production of Jesus Christ Superstar last year. That will be running, I think we have 8 performances in August.
Fun.
And it's called We Are the Champions.
Perfect.
And it was championed by Michael Dunford, who's also on our board. And,
a great guy.
And a great percussionist.
And a great drummer.
And a great drummer, a great drummer. And then in terms of the concerts, we have Peter Yarrow coming this year.
Yes.
Of Peter, Paul, and Mary. We have an incredible singer called Ruby Rose Fox, who had her debut here last year, is coming back later in the spring. We have the gypsy jazz virtuoso guitarist, Ali Soikoli, coming back. On the comedy side, Nancy Witter.
Oh, yes.
A stand-up comic from New York is doing a Mother's Day special.
Fabulous.
Teddy Marsh, who is another local entertainer, performer, is pairing up with John Weltman, an actor who's been in a few shows here. And they're doing something in the summer called Broadway Backwards. So they're putting together a show with some of our local singers where the male singers sing songs written for females sing songs written for male in a concert setting. So all the songs that they really want to do, but are, you know, for the different gender. Exactly.
Great.
So we've got that, and in September we're working with Carla Kilstedt and Matthias Bossi on a program that it's basically a multimedia concert performance of a work called Black Inscription that they did in New York City. That's based on a free diver in London, a true story. She had the record for the longest dives, and she went on a dive and never came back. Oh. Disappeared.
They never found her body.
Never found her body. So the whole piece, and it's very ethereal and awesome.
So he's no relation to Maggie Bossi.
Yeah.
Oh, he is? Is that right? No way. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Good.
And Carla is featured. She has often played incidental music on the Moth Radio Hour when they do those shows. So that's going to be a cool thing. We also have a weekend in the summer to do something we've never been able to do. As you know, our theater is not conducive for dancing.
No.
We have chairs everywhere. So we're taking... everyone here hates me because
you're taking everything out of there.
Taking everything out for 3 days, and we're going to have the Rip It Ups.
Oh, fabulous!
Who are from Wellfleet, who have been a band for our big fundraiser. We're going to have a blowout with them. Then one night we're hiring a DJ and we're going to have a disco party.
Excellent.
Yep, a 70s disco.
Oh, I want to see you dressed up as Disco Man. Yeah. Oh,
Don't worry.
I'm sure.
I'll have hair and everything.
Oh my gosh.
And then the third big dance party is with Sarah Swain and the O Boys, and so that'll be great.
But that isn't the same weekend as Entertainment Tonight?
Nope.
So you're going to have to put everything back and then take it back out again?
We do that twice.
I helped move the chairs the last time for Entertainment Tonight.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's so much fun, and I recommend everybody coming and volunteering to pick those chairs up.
Yeah, no one ever knows what happens, what goes on to actually get the thing that they come to see.
No. So, okay, so I'm sitting out there and I'm listening to me spiel on and you spiel on. How do I get involved with Cotuit? Are you an exclusive society and you don't want anybody's help?
We are. There's an interview process in order for you to get here.
Obviously, they know there isn't because I'm involved.
There are so many ways, and the easiest thing is that we encourage people take a class. Go on the website and look at. There are so many classes in all of the arts for people of all ages and all abilities. We have a lot of free events. Yes. There's a Second Wednesday Theater staged reading every month that is free. Wine and Music Wednesday isn't free, but it's practically free. And it's a place to be social and enjoy a glass of wine and hear live music. There's no pitch for anything. It's just a social event. And then on our website, we have an area where you can sign up as a volunteer. And it's very easy. You can check a list of things that you might want to do. We have an incredibly organized volunteer committee. You'll get a call from someone. They'll invite you to an orientation. You'll meet other volunteers.
Right.
And we work really hard to make sure that if you want to volunteer, we find something meaningful for you to do.
Excellent.
It can be once a week. It can be once a year. Right. It can be when you feel like it.
And last but not least,
membership.
Become a member.
Yeah.
And it's so easy.
Yeah. And it's so important to keeping the place going.
Right.
It's a really...
It keeps the lights on.
It keeps the lights on. And we give a lot of perks for membership.
You give a lot of perks, and that's the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, so if you use your membership, then you know it's of great value to the patron, but it's also a great value to us.
It is, and people don't understand. Yes, you raise money, but you do need to keep the lights on, and to keep the lights on, you need those members.
Yeah.
How many members do you think you have now?
We have about 1,500.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, and the circle level of membership, the center circle, is the surprising. It's a higher level of donors that we really depend on their support for the operating budget each year. And when we started that level, we have a sign I'm looking at right now, actually. There were 12 names initially on it, and there are over 150
I know,
now.
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It truly is amazing. So, we're just gonna touch on it, but I'm coming back. Can I come back?
You can come back.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back and we're going to talk about all the exciting news that has happened over the last year and going into the future. I mean, you've got so many plans for this place. The board of directors has so many plans for this place. There are architects involved now. The community is involved. How fabulous is that? To be supportive. So you're going to do something. You're going to do an expansion. Is that correct?
We're going to expand.
Right.
And we're doing it in a couple of phases, and we're very close to having the challenge is to articulate what we want to do without anything visual. So we're very close to having
and we're so visual. That's
and we're
the
so
other
visual.
Crazy.
Like you need the rendering. You know, I know what I think it can look like. And well, recently we had something as simple as a white split rail fence that goes along the property that we own on Route 28, completely change the curb appeal of what we have now. And just imagining what we can do in the future is going to be really fantastic.
And that's what's so exciting is you're growing, but you're growing, it's sensible growth because the demand is there. And people don't realize how many people use this place. Again, let's go back to those classes. I teach here, my husband teaches here. There are so many other artists. My gosh, the ukulele class has like 1 million people in it, I swear to God.
I took the ukulele class when the first year it was offered, which must be 7 or 8 years ago now that Steve started. And
Steve
it was,
Gregory,
he's so great.
He's so
and
wonderful.
It's so popular, but every single year, every single time, and it fills.
It fills.
Yeah, it's just amazing. The most requested class that we've had is for pottery. Yeah. And with a kiln, like a wheel, a real, you know, ceramics.
They want to do that Patrick Swayze thing.
Well, yeah, exactly. And there's a musical about that.
There is, yes, there is.
And there's no opportunity to do that between Falmouth and the Cultural Center in Yarmouth. Right. Those are the two closest places. And you know, people like to be near the geography of, you know, where they can do something. So converting the gas station into a pottery studio, which is the actual first thing that we're doing in this new expansion, we're in the middle of all of that. That will be an incredible thing. That's
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's going to be so much fun. I might even want to take that.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
I'm going to take it.
You
definitely.
know, I can just see the pot now leaning this way. Since I don't have any visual talents.
Visual art skill at all. I can draw a palm tree.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's all those years
I'm married
in
to someone
California.
who is an artist.
I know he is.
You know, so you know, it's like, no.
Well, I'm married to the today's version of Mr. Happy White, so there you go. Oh my God, he's going to kill me. He heard me say that. Hopefully he won't see that part. Anyway, David, it's always a pleasure. We are coming back for sure, though, to talk about this expansion, and perhaps by then we'll have some pictures and
I would
some
love
things
to.
That would be really fun. But in the meantime, come to Cotuit Center for the Arts. Tell them.
Come to Cotuit Center for the Arts. Check out all the great programming at artsonthecape.org, or you can call the box office at 508-428-0669.
And you're here to say hello to them.
And I'm here to say hello to you.
There you go. Great. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thanks, Melinda.
Thank you for joining me today. I'm sitting here next to my friend David, who's playing beautifully on the piano. So just take a deep breath and listen as he plays us out.